just want a drug-free continent. Just want a drug-free continent. Just want a drug-free continent. My people, shine your eyes, because a little sniff, a little drug, person life don't scatter. Initiative for drug-free Africa, volunteers, cause honor to stop the drug abuse before it ends. Look, 15 million Nigerians are on drugs, and now thanks to coronavirus, the numbers are increasing everywhere across the nation, and people don't know the post-corona complications. We just want a drug-free nation, a drug-free continent, and motivation. The IFDFA has started a campaign. Join us as we try to make change. Me and you, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Me and you, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country better.
Say no to unprescribed medication.
Only the sick needs a physician. Say no to drug abuse.
Coronavirus is not a death sentence. Do not abuse yourself with drug.
And drug abuse free. How about you?
Say no to drug abuse. It is on record that over 15 million Nigerians are involved in practice. Don't join them.
Use only approved medication from the Federal Ministry of Health and other relevant government agencies.
The COVID-19 free, watch your hands with soap and running water.
Maintain social distancing, save our lives.
Cover your mouth when
Support government against COVID-19. Stay at home.
This message is from the Initiative for Drug-Free Africa Volunteers, IFDFA.
If you suspect a coronavirus victim, call NCDC number 080-09-700-10. If you come from abroad,
Isolate yourself for 14 days.
don't panic.
Without COVID-19,
Do not abuse yourself.
read drugs.
Do not use chloroquine for
Coronavirus,
use government approved.
medication only.
Stay
Safe.
maintain.
Social distance.
Cover your mouth when coughing.
With tissue or pebbles.
Wash your hands.
With water and soap regularly.
Sanitize your hands.
Regularly.
Support government.
Against COVID-19.
Stay at home.
This message is from the Initiative for Drug-Free Africa Volunteers, IFDFA. Your own interest.
We just want a drug-free continent. Just want a drug-free continent. Just want a drug-free continent. My people, shine your eyes, because a little sniff, a little drug, person life don't scatter. Initiative for drug-free Africa, volunteers, cause honor to stop the drug abuse before it ends. Look, 15 million Nigerians are on drugs, and now thanks to coronavirus, the numbers are increasing everywhere across the nation, and people don't know the post-corona complications. We just want a drug-free nation, a drug-free continent, and motivation. The IFDFA has started a campaign. Join us as we try to make change. As me and you, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Me and you, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country better.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to another edition of CLEAN, a TV program of the Initiative for a Drug-Free Africa Volunteers. My name is Kenneth Ibekalu. Today, we shall be looking at COVID-19 and drug abuse as usual, but we shall be focusing our discussion today on the making of the Society Committee against COVID-19, SOCO-COVID. SOCO-COVID is a conglomeration of credible NGOs and civil society organizations. They came together to establish the Society Against COVID-19 to complement government efforts on COVID-19 and also to serve as citizens' advocacy group. Featuring in this discussion with me today is a guest, Ambassador Dr. Christabel Okoye. She is the president and founder of Christabel International, an excellent women foundation. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Joining us is a regular face in the show, and Tofan Fidelis Ubo Esquire, the Board of Trustee member of the Initiative for Drug-Free Africa Volunteers, IFDFA. You are once again welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me on the program.
Thank you. Now, welcome back. Let's begin with our guest, Ambassador Dr. Christabel Okoye. Can you quickly tell us briefly about your organization?
Yeah, thank you so much for this great privilege of being here at this time. My organization is Christabel's Initiative Against Substandard and Unwholesome Products. I, for over 12 years, work with NAFDAC as a technical partner and Standard Organization of Nigeria as an ambassador. And currently, I am the ambassador Narcotic Drugs Federal House of Representatives. I have this passion of seeing youth maximize their potentials, and I think that's part of the reason I do what I do today. I'm always encouraged and spiced up whenever I see a youth changing from misbehaving, especially abusing drugs and substance. So my initiative has been on for over since 2006. I also have a Christabel's magazine. And the Excellent Women International is an outreach ministry for women, where we gather women, talk to women, let them understand their role as mothers, as helpmates, as sisters-in-laws, as wives. We do have a program monthly, and every year, every July of every year, we hold our international conference. So this year, by 17th, we'll be having Excellent Women International Conference, which has been tagged the Excellent Woman.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Dr. Christabel. You just were aware that I just mentioned that your organization is also in the forefront of fighting against drug abuse.
Yeah.
and the use of illicit substances. What has been your most exciting and defining moment in the field?
First of all, I had a program some time ago, and I hosted somebody that came from the Ministry of Health who was into drugs, a lady. The drug really damaged her, but somebody picked her up. So when I invited the Minister of Health, he had to send that doctor, a prof, to come represent him. And when he came up with this girl. So seeing her and looking at her testimonies and how she, she was helped, I was so excited. And that also gave me a lot of spices and fired me to keep on keeping on. Whenever I go out to talk to youth and I see a youth listening and asking questions and see a lot of remorse, it gives me a lot of energy to keep on firing. That had really taken this work to so many places.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's talk to Fidelis Ugbo. Looking at the advent of the internet, which has created platforms for a lot of fake news peddlers, can you tell us the pros and cons as it affects efforts of the World Health Organization, government, and the health systems, and the work of organizations like yours towards campaigning against COVID-19, the pros and cons?
Thank you very much. The advent of fake news in our information cyberspace has been the greatest challenge we have at this point in time. Fake news has done more damage both to society and to governance. Why do we have to abhor fake news? Let us start with the World Health Organization. At this point in time, it is like a war situation. The World Health Organization is like the commander-in-chief of this war. Now, if you want to listen to information and get credible information that can be useful for us to rely on, who do you listen to? You must listen to the World Health Organization. Because whatever statement they make, we can hold them responsible, we can hold them to it, and we can point at them that they say this or they didn't say that. But when you rely on fake news, what do you hear? You will say, this person said, I hear say, this person said, this person said this. It is never pinned down to anybody. Take, for example, today, with the COVID-19 pandemic around the world, you have so many people coming up to claim we have found a cure, we have a combination of substances that can be put together, and then you take it. When you take it, you will be well. But all we know is that the World Health Organization has told us that there is no cure found yet. Even if people are being discharged who are tested positive, eventually they are tested negative and they get discharged, nobody has had the effrontery to say, okay, how do they get well since there is no cure? Nobody asked that. Rather, the information in the cyberspace is, oh, people get cured out of COVID-19. Nobody actually gets time to find out how do they get from positive to negative and eventually get discharged. This is what we should be finding out from the World Health Organization. But nobody wants to do that. We only want to hear, oh, they have been cured. But we know that the World Health Organization has told us that there is no cure to it.
All right, Ambassador, quickly, let's look at the issue of fake news also. What strategies? Seeing that fake news is doing damage, to Nigerians, and you know that over 70% or 75% of Nigerians are not literate. So what strategy do you think that government and society or those that are concerned should adopt to sieve the wheat from the chaff as regards fake news and the authentic news? What strategy do you think we should put together?
As far as we are here living on this earth. You can't do anything about fake news. But I think government should sensitize more. Let the voice of the government be higher than the voice of these people faking news unnecessarily. When you go into sensitization, you talk every day, radio is carrying it, television is carrying it, people are talking it, just the way we did it now. Before you know it, people would know the truth of the matter, and then the fakers will just be down.
Thank you. And before I go back to Tufan Fidelis Ugbo, you are aware that the Society Committee Against COVID-19 have just been founded, and your organization is one of the powerful organizations that is a founding member of Soko COVID. Can you tell the world why your NGO decided to join Soko COVID?
Yeah, no, first of all, NGO is non-government organization, and see what Nigerian government is doing. They're really working very hard, on this pandemic. But government cannot do it all. I have received so many invitations, come join us, do this, do that. But at the end of the day, looking at them, I see a lot of not being serious. Some are just there to make money. Myself, I wouldn't want a question mark. But when I received the invitation to join COVID, I came down, looked at them, and I saw a lot of seriousness. I saw a lot of liberality. I saw a lot of burden and passion to assist government and to liberate the Nigerian society. I think that is one of my reasons for joining COVID.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Fidelis Ugbo, the IFDFA founded the Society Committee Against COVID-19 to continue to carry out all forms of campaign to enlighten, sensitize, and create awareness of the dangers of COVID-19 to Nigerian citizens, the dangers of drug abuse. We are also giving out palliatives to collaborate with government at all levels. What will IFDFA be doing now that it has a bigger body?
Well, I want to thank you first and foremost for being able to champion the formation of SOCOVID. Yeah, SOCOVID and IFDA in itself is a coalition. It's a body that is out to bring together all similar non-governmental organizations and international NGOs that are into drug abuse campaign. And the SOCOVID is also a coalition of all NGOs that are in this field that are also fighting to pass relevant and credible information on COVID-19. And in doing this, we know that there are fallouts from COVID-19 the pandemic. The fallouts are that people are no longer going out. They need some palliatives. Within the level of the resources available to the various organizations that are into this coalition, they go out and try to offer what they can offer. Is it these hand sanitizers? Is it hand washing equipment, water, and all the rest of it? Is it soap? Is it? They do all that, which is the right thing to do. And I want to quickly add that with respect to fake news and information that we pass around, that is the essence of IFDFA. IFDFA is out to direct the public on the credible information sources they should rely on, and also to counter fake news, which, like she rightly put it, we cannot do anything about it. People claim about freedom of information and all the rest of it.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll go on break, and when we return, we shall look at other areas very quickly. Thank you. So COVID is taking off right now. And we have already rolled out part of what we are going to be doing. We will continue in all forms of campaign to ensure that our Nigerians, whether they are educated or not educated, they are able to hear and understand how to keep hygiene.
Some of the things we want to do to go to the rural areas, to intensify the campaign so that people on reachables will be reached, at the community level.
We have herbs, we have garlic, we have uda, we have uziza. People have been talking and talking. Some people that were given chloroquine and vitamin C, it didn't work well for them. They said they were stolen. And then immediately they started taking the garlic and all this. They became better. And that is why women have to come in the forefront of this battle and this fight to ensure what affects Nigerian women affects the global community.
Okay, that was the unveiling of the Society Committee Against COVID-19, SOCO-COVID, on the 29th of April 2020. You are just welcome again. And Tufam, let's quickly look at what is happening in Kano. As we try to round up right now, there's an unexplained rising death toll. Do you think the understanding of coronavirus messages and the new approved lifestyle has reached the grassroots?
Well, I think I want to say that we'll deal with a very stubborn public. Majority of Nigerians, particularly at rural areas, believe that COVID-19 is a disease of the urban centers. It doesn't get to them and they don't need to worry about it. So when you pass information to them about the dangers of COVID-19, they tend to overlook it and say it doesn't matter. I think that is the situation we found in Kano. Kano people initially, they did not take it serious. They did not take it serious until we started having series of deaths that could not be explained. Then people began to say, it's like this thing is true. Then even the government itself woke up and then started doing a few things to see how they can stem the tide of rising deaths. Some of the deaths up to today, they are not able to explain the root cause. But we know that most of them are not unconnected with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Ambassador, on the final note, what should we expect from SOCO-COVID in the coming weeks?
Yes, a lot of sensitization. A lot of it from state to state, community to community. This is what we need now, sensitization.
Thank you very much. As we draw the curtain to a close on today's edition of Clean, we'll be advising Nigerians as the partial lockdown commences next week. They should ensure that they stay at home if they have nothing to do, and they should observe social distancing when they go out, and workers should also, companies should put in place the necessary protocols and guidelines from the federal government. Till we meet with you again next week on another edition, we say stay safe and then stay out of trouble, and then ensure you stay indoors if you have nothing doing in the public. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, viewers.
Free continent, just want to drop free continent. My people, shine your eyes, people. A little sniff, a little drug, pressing life, don't scatter. Initiative for drug-free Africa, volunteers, cause honor to stop the drug abuse before it ends. Look, 15 million Nigerians are on drugs, and now thanks to coronavirus, the numbers are increasing everywhere across the nation, and people don't know the post-corona complications. We just want a drug-free nation, a drug-free continent, our motivation. The IFDFA has started a campaign. Join us as we try to make change. Let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Me and you, let's work together. Let's make our country better. Join us, let's work together. Let's make our country